$200, and we'll be seeing that epic struggle go down here today. And we're going to start with our first matchup, guys. Oh, wait, first, let's go ahead and say hello to Torre. What's up, man?
Hello.
How you doing?
Not so good. My internet's a bit wonky.
Oh, man, that's not good to hear. Well, hopefully you don't get dropped in the middle of any games, and hopefully your internet stays well. We'll keep our intentions with you, sir.
So you're hoping I don't get dropped in the replay?
Well, I'm hoping you just don't get dropped in the middle of a call or something, you know? It's just never good to have that happen on Skype. Ruins the latency for everybody, man. So anyways, Maker against Shadow here, Rev Shadow. And it looks like it's going to be a nice matchup. So let's go ahead and get onto it. It's going to be on Curfew. So you guys can read about that here, and I'll go ahead and briefly describe it as I'm setting up. Curfew has two spawn. It's a two-spawn map, so that means that there's only two spawn points or spawning locations, and that is going to be in the top right and the bottom left-hand corner of the map, as well as 1 second here. I gotta re-queue myself up. As well as there is the it's got cross spawn reflective symmetry. And that means that the symmetry is directly cut in half, and it's cross spawn. You know, the central high yield is a very key point in this. It brings a lot of attention to the middle of the map. There's a Xel'Naga watchtower watching over that high yield area, and this high yield has 6 mineral nodes on it, so some good mining time can go down there. There's also a southern expansion as well as a northern expansion, and the northern expansion actually has 3 Vespane geysers, and these 3 Vespane geysers will make for a very nice yield of Vespane gas for any user who decides to take that down. Listen to me saying user like we're in Tron or something. You know, with that being said, I think we're getting ready to go here. Breezy and Addicted, are you guys good to go?
Yep. Like
yes. Alright, man. Well, let's go ahead and hit that intro and then get right into this first game. Alright, everybody, welcome, and thanks for joining us here at IMBAtv, where everything is in balance. Yes, you're going to see this screen for just a second. We've got to queue everything up, get everything rocking and rolling. This is the map of the month, number 5. We are here in the quarterfinals of this event, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got Addicted and Breezy here, and we're going to get this one going down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, guys, let's get ready for some action. We've got Maker spawning down in the bottom left-hand location as the orange Terran, and taking a look at his opponent is Rev Shadow, the yellow Protoss, in the top right-hand location. We had some good games going down from Maker and Rev Shadow in the previous cast that we did. Addicted, how do you feel this one's going to go?
Well, man, I have to say it's going to be a very tough game here. First game especially. Both players are very, very good, and Maker, like Sid Maker and the Rev Shadow, did very well. And last time, I believe they won 2-0 against their opponents. And you know, this map, Curfew, is a very amazing map, very interesting design. You got 2 Xel'Naga, one in the middle and one of the southern position from the first one. And I have to say, this is one of my favorite maps that we're casting on. It's a very unique map.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, the last time we saw a lot of going around that north Xel'Naga watchtower, and I don't think anybody actually went to take that 3 Vespene geyser expansion, but it is definitely there and a viable base to be taken if somebody does decide to go that option.
That's right, but the reason no one took it is because if we look at it, it's right between both players where they spawn. It's such a risky area. If someone does decide to take it, then the opponent will have to make a decision if they have to attack the player for taking that extra Vespene geyser, because it's such a big economical advantage.
Yeah, big economical advantage, but as you say, it's quite far away from the main. It's a hard place to defend, and it's just it's something everybody would want. And if you see that your opponent takes it, then you will be putting pressure down on that location for sure. We see the probe from Rev Shadow now making its way across the map to Marcus Bay. Is going to get some scouting information momentarily, and he's just going for one assimilator in the gateway for the time being.
That's right, standard opener from Rift Shadow. His gateway will complete very, very shortly, as we see Maker will pump out one Marine to take care of that scouting probe that Rift Shadow has deployed. And, you know, Maker also opting for the standard opener with that one refinery, and right now upgrading his command center into an orbital command.
Yeah, that probe just hanging out the back of Maker's base right now, trying to keep out of sight and just until he can get some decent information down from that scout. We take a look back in Rev Shadow's base. We see their cybernetic score is now nearing about 25% complete. We do have that first Zealot being constructed from the original gateway, and a second assimilator going down, so looking for some heavy guest play from Shadow.
That's right, and on the other hand, in Maker's base, he's constructing 2 more racks, so heavy bio here for Maker, early indication. But also, Rift Shadow still with that, hiding that probe in Maker's base. Maker does not know where that probe is. Very nice hiding skills by Rift Shadow. It can't be seen, it's just very, very close here. And we see Maker now with 3 Marines putting on his choke, so no more scouts can enter. But the scout is already in the base, as we see Rift Shadow now using it to scout again.
Yeah, those Marines are hot in its tail this time though. Seems like they're going to be tracking that down momentarily and just sending it to that big Protoss graveyard in the sky. Down that falls, we do see the SCV now outside of Rev Shadow's base. There is on the ramp, just waiting to see if that pokes up. We do see a Twilight Council coming down for Rev Shadow in the back location of his base as well. If I'm not mistaken, he did go for a 3-gate Blinkstalker play in one of his previous games. We could be seeing that come out again. Second gateway in production for him as well.
That's right, and yeah, he is going for that Blinkstalker play. The Blink is being researched, and 3-gate Blinkstalker is a very aggressive build, Pretty, so I'm interested to see how Maker as a Terran player will be able to defend against something like that with the bioforces he's producing at the moment.
Yeah, only the 2 Marauders out on the field for the time being. We do have concussive shells coming down from that one tech lab. So he is going for this heavy bioforce, going to be looking to push out quite early with that force by the looks of things. And his command center is being made just as he moves his forces out.
That's right, and if Maker does decide to push, he has every reason to do so because he is expanding, so he will try to complete that expansion behind any sort of push if he goes for it at the moment. But it looks like he is building a bunker, so he's trying to secure that expansion because he does not feel secure at the moment, and with good reason, because 3-gate Blinkstalker will be on the way, as it is a very aggressive build. Like I mentioned earlier, it's so easy to outmaneuver some bio units with that Blink. You can just use the Blink micro to blink away the damaged units and at the back of the army to save them.
Yeah, Maker now making his way towards that center zone. Watchtower gets a bit of vision down, doesn't want to stay there for the time being, starts pushing back home. Those bunkers will be ideally placed in his command center, but it's just that Stalker count. If the Stalker gets up to a critical mass, manages to blink past that one bunker, Maker could be in a lot of trouble.
That's right, Blink is a very, very useful ability for Stalkers. Again, it's a very harassive tactic by Rift Shadow, and here come the Stalkers. They're moving towards that Zelnaga. They might even go past it. No, he will go for the Zelnaga. He will see that there's nothing around and will go for a push. Also, there's I don't know if we mentioned that proxy pylon next to Gold there. You'll be able to open more shadows, more units there, Rift Shadow.
Yeah, we have more Stalkers joining his initial force right now, taking up to quite a heavy Stalker count. But this is going to be a little bit of a hard push for him as he makes his way in. This bunker's going down very fast. No SCV there to repair it. Nice Blink micro coming down on those Stalkers, saving a few from death. And he's going to pull back for the time being as he sees that bioforce for Maker is quite formidable.
That's right, Maker again constructing another bunker, because fortifying yourself against a Blinkstalker or any sort of push from Protoss is a very good idea. Here come the Blinkstalkers again. Wow, nice shoot and scoot micro by Maker with those Marine Marauder composition. Looks very nasty against those Blinkstalkers, and they cannot bear at the moment.
Yeah, this aggression from Rev Shadow, you know, it's a good to get his position down on the map, but every time he pushes he's losing more and more units against this bioforce of Maker. Looks like he's going to be trying to make his way around and try and do some elevator play maybe, but I don't think he has the vision up to the high ground. And if that bioforce makes its way there, yeah, he's going to start attacking him from that high ground and losing unnecessary Stalker health right there. A second bunker's been laid down for Makers. The Zealots and Stalkers going to work on that first bunker that has just the 2 Marauders in it. That one will fall, and it does seem like this Rev Shadow aggression is going to be pushed back yet again, and I think that he does need to fall back on a different plan, as this is just costing him units.
That's right. I think Rev Shadow right now has realized that he needs to transition in some other build, because obviously Free-Gate Stalker does not work anymore. There's very nice fortifications, as we saw by Maker, and the Marauders are just so good against Stalkers. Right now, Rev Shadow has thrown down an expansion, and he will look to transition into some other play.
Yeah, and that other play being Templar Archives and a 4th Gateway, so we will be seeing some high Templar play, possibly some Archons coming into the mix as well, which is a very good unit to have against that Bioforce of Maker. Maker sitting in an economy lead right now, though. He's been sitting on that command center for quite a while now with mules on it, and he's almost saturated it with SCVs. So Maker's sitting in a nice position after defending that early aggression from Rev Shadow.
That's right, man. I mean, Maker definitely is sitting in an advantageous position here. He did get that expansion way early in the game. It's fully saturated. He has 3 mules on it. He's mining fully from it, apart from that one refinery that he still is only using. He can put down another one there if he needs to, but as you can see, he's putting down more productive structures, another barracks, and a starport and a factory. So we'll see Maker pumping out much more units very soon, as we see him moving out from his base.
Talking about pumping out more units, that's something Rev Shadow needs to do very fast, as he's only sitting on a handful of Stalkers, a few Zealots, a Sentry, and an Archon. It will seem to be he's going for that Archon play over the Storms right now. Charge Lots is almost finished completion, so that will help him against that concussive shells. But if Maker can do a very good job of kiting right now with that stim, he's going to do a lot of damage in this attack, and in it comes straight away, focusing down. One of those Archons just gets taken out literally in seconds. Down falls another Archon. We have a Sentry just taking it as well. Rev Shadow calls the good game. He knows he can't defend that.
Oh, so there it is. There it is. The GG is called out from Rev Shadow, as it looks like Maker will go ahead and take the first game of this series. We're going to be going ahead and getting into our next game here in just a second. Man, oh man. Rev Shadow needs to make something come out. He really needed to get stuff. You know, like I always hear Endre talking about getting stuff, and that's what you need to see. Like, I mean, he didn't have any type of military to really combat against what was coming at him with all those Marines and Marauders. What do you guys think?
Agreed. I think his early aggression, you know, if it would have paid off, if he could have got that lead on that command center while that 300 minerals was down, it would have paid off great for him, but he lost too many forces in that early segment of the game and didn't back it up. Yeah,
definitely. So let's go ahead and get right into our next series then. I mean, our next game of this series, because it is a best of 3. And that just means that Maker's sitting on that one, man. We're getting into game number 2 right here. Maker against Rev Shadow. Game number 2, it's going to be on Hysteria. So let's quickly take a look at Hysteria, at the map, and you guys can read about it right there on your screen while we get set up as well. And I can't really do much about lowering my mic, guys. We've already tried as much as we can. Guess I can try to pull it away from my mouth a little more. But anyways, I'm a very loud caster, for those who don't know, on IMBAtv. We've got Addicted and Breezy here. Going to be casting this next one on Hysteria and taking a look at it. It is a 2-spawn rotational map. So it does have only 2 spawn points, and they are rotational within itself. It's got a very unique layout. Hysteria, you know, taking a look at it, has rocks in the middle of the map, and both these rocks can add to later game. You can break them down later in the game and make a faster path right to your opponent's base. There's Xel'Naga watchtowers inside the middle barrier of those rocks, and then you can either break through those rocks or go all the way around through the middle and just kind of cross around and snake around the map into your opponent's base. It's a very long distance to travel while walking, and you know what, this PVT looks like it's going to be very exciting on this next one. So let's go ahead and get this one rocking and rolling. Breezy and Addicted, we're going to get going. Addicted, you want to go ahead and bring us into this one?
Oh yeah, sure, I don't mind. Are you guys ready?
We're ready to go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, boys and girls, fellow Imbolonians, we're in another game and map of the month, and this is game number 2, Maker versus Rev Shadow. Maker sitting at the 12 o'clock position as the orange Terran, and he won the first game. And we see at the 6 o'clock position the yellow Protoss known as Rift Shadow.